right. Morning, afternoon, good evening, everyone. So if there's no me here, and yet there's seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and smelling, what the hell's going on? Conscious of, aware, being, and there's no me here. So what the hell's going on? Anyone? Anyone know what the hell's going on? Can someone enlighten me? Two can never find one. Not possible. One can identify two and then realize one. What the hell am I talking about? That you're looking for, you already are. You've heard that said a million times, not just by me, but heaps and heaps and heaps of other teachers. Yeah. So how about we just start from that premise, that you're looking for, it's already here. Already here. Where the hell else would it be? Only here. It's only now, all the time now. Where the hell else would it be? How about we start from that premise, and then from there, start to identify what we're not. Instead of starting from the premise, oh, I'm a person. Yep. And now I'm going to discover who I really am. That's the two trying to realize one, and it's not possible. When I say two, binary, duality, mind, which works dualistically. It's the only place in the whole universe where duality arises, in the mind of a human being. Only place. Outside of this tiny, tiny little human being here, there's no such thing as duality. In fact, this will spin you guys out. Outside of the tiny little human being, there's no such thing as non-duality either. If there was no duality, would even the notion of non-duality arise? It only arises in mind as a thing, as something to be attained, to be gotten. It's the mind that says, I'm a person. Here I am. You know, it gets so tricky that it'll even say, I understand I'm not real. I'm not a person. I'm not here. Yeah, and the caveat will be, now let's go looking for the real self. Fucking hilarious what goes on. It's taken personally. Stop taking it personally. Stop taking it personally. Where you actually are is here. What you are at this stage doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can't tell you what I am. No idea. Not in language. There's no way. It's not possible. Very rarely hear me talking about this absolute state. You can't talk about it. So what do we talk about? We can talk till the cows come home in regards to what you're not. You can do that. This that is here, and we're not going to call it a thing, but this that is here is simply not the me. Me is just a notion that arises in mind. That's all. And I'm like, oh yeah, but yeah, I understand that, but this me feels real. It feels here. And that experience of here is true. It's just not the me. So, got to see what this me is. What is it? What is it? Negate it. Negate. This sense of me being here. I can remember it was one of the last things that kind of came up for me. Like, I know all this shit, but God damn me feels like it's here. Ugh. So frustrating. I thought this experience of here, this experience of this seeming, I thought that had to go. I was waiting for that to go. It doesn't go. It doesn't have to go. It's that we're identifying this. It's like a sensation. It's a feeling. That we're identifying as me is not the me. It's not. So we don't need to get rid of that. We don't need to wait for that to go. There's a beingness here, a here-ness, a now-ness, an isness. Might call the next webinar. Make a note, Patty. Open for isness.
Mm-hmm.
And this seeming me that arises, you have zip, zero, nada control over it. And you're still going to call that yourself? No control over it. None. Because it all arises as thoughts. This whole me thing arises as thoughts. You know, those thoughts that surely by now you realize you have zero control over. It all just happens. No wonder we feel so bloody powerless and all over the shop. If you think that's you, got zero say. One day you wake up all right, the next day you wake up flat. One morning you're okay, the afternoon you're flat. Based on what? What mind says that you have no control over. And we take it personally. Nothing to do with you. Zero. Nothing to do with you. And mind, along with everything else, is just happening. Along with everything else in the whole universe. A feeling in the body, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, it's just happening. Like seeing's happening. Mind steps in and says, it's me that's seeing. You can't even find one. It's me that's seeing. There's seeing, absolutely. The false data is it's me that's seeing. Not true. Stop seeing if that's the case. Stop it. If you're the seer, the taster, toucher, smeller, stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. No more hearing, no more taste. Oh, no more feeling. Wouldn't that be great? You know? Oh, man. That was the primary reason I was on this path. I didn't want to feel. Jesus, I'd have been ripped off if I had got that wish. So ripped off if I had got that wish. I feel more now than I ever have. And it's awesome. So awesome. And what I feel is to do with now. What happens now? I can experience grief. Absolutely. Bring it on. Happiness, yep. The whole gamut. A lot of labels have disappeared, though. You know, shame, guilt, all those sorts of feelings. That doesn't happen. Everything just is what it is. Shame, guilt. Nothing wrong with feeling. There's not even anything wrong with thoughts. Feelings and thoughts only become a problem when mind steps in and says, I feel, I think. Then it's a problem. Seemingly. It's not even a problem. It's not a problem, actually. Where do all the problems arise? Like, come on, really? Where? In your right foot? Where do they arise? In your knee? In your car? In your backyard? Where do the problems arise? All seeming problems just arise as thoughts. You know, those thoughts that you have zero control over, that just happen. It's like, it's like we're sitting in a movie cinema and this film's playing, completely forgotten that we're actually sitting here with a thing of Coke and a bag of popcorn. Yeah. We're so taken and engrossed by the movie that we become the movie and the content of the movie. We'll even take on a character in the movie. And that film's just happening. You have no idea what the next scene's going to be, providing you haven't seen the movie before. No idea. And, you'll have feelings about what's going on in the movie. Fear might arise. Yeah. Laughing might arise. All these feelings. All based on a reflection on a flat screen with just light reflecting on a flat screen. And we can totally be taken by the movie. That's how movies become, big box office hits. The more it takes you, the better the movie. And like, you guys notice, you walk out of a movie, especially a movie that's great. You walk out of the movie and it can take a moment to kind of seemingly wake up to your life and your inner world and the world, and there's a transition period. Now we're watching another movie in the mind. That's all that's happening. You're taking that movie that you're watching in the mind to be about you. Worse than that, you think you're the director. You think you're the director. That's why I keep saying, well, let's put that to the test. Stop it. Just stop it. Come on. You're not doing it. Stop taking it personally. You're not doing it. Yeah, it should be, oh yeah, there it goes. Mind doing its little thing. And where are you in relation to the mind doing its thing, what it usually does? Where are you in relation to that? Remember the person sitting in the cinema that forgets they're sitting in the cinema, totally oblivious. Popcorn, Coke, popcorn, chopped up. Totally just gone. Don't even know you're there. So in relation to mind that's just happening, and you can catch it all day long. It's a non-stop show that goes on in there. Now, where are you in relation to that show that's going on in there? You're aware of. You're aware of. We forget where we are. We forget we're sitting in the cinema with a bag of popcorn and a whatever. We forget. Totally forget. Like forget. Then everything that goes on in here, oh yeah, it's real. Man, I'm having feelings around what's going on in there. Just like what happens when you go to a movie. You don't have to discover or find who you actually are. You don't have to do that. That reveals itself simply by coming to see what you're not. Seriously. Seriously. That's the way out. We assume this me's real, and one day it's going to experience awakening, enlightenment. Then me will be okay. And then people wonder why they can't find awakening or enlightenment. I've been going to Satsang for years. What am I missing? Oh, dear. The experience, like, come on, the experience. Let's do a comparison, okay? The experience of being right here, right now. This experience, Tanya sipping on a drink and the container will be cold and Ursula's sitting there and it's hot. Look at all the colours. Look at the colours. Even on the screen. Every person sitting in a room with colours. Down here, I'm not sure. but like there's this direct experience right here, right now. This, just this. Now compare this to living in your head. There's no comparison. You're kidding me. And remarkably, this gets missed. Oh my God. That's why you hear people say, how the hell does this get missed? Oh my God. How do we miss this? This seeming awakening is just awakening to this. Not from it. Do you understand? Not from it. If you're going to awaken from it, it would assume that the character that's arising in the mind wakes up. You awake to it. Holy shit. Just see it all. And we take it personally. And it's so tricky. It even says, I'm responsible for what I think. Really? Stop it. Just stop it. If that's true, stop it. Come on. A few little tests. You just have to run on yourself. A few little tests. Who the hell's the mind speaking to? More to the point, who's answering it? Who's answering it? Damn, I wish I'm going to have to really work on that. Those thoughts, they're not helpful. I need to work on those thoughts. Says the mind that's producing the thoughts in the first place. Ah, come on. Witness it. Witness it. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you. And again, yeah, let's compare this, just this, to living in there. Do you experience any of just this in there? It's so murky in there compared to the brightness and the immediacy of this. It's an imagined little world in there, and it's so not bright. The clarity compared to this, compared to this. Now just come to see you're not mind, nor the content of it. That is just happening. And you can't stop it. And you can't change it. Good luck trying to change it. You know, like, if you could change that, I'd say this is the last Satsang, guys. Now, all I want you to do from this point forward is just to go on, get on in life and just be happy all the time. Bye. That's all I want you to do. Just be happy. Okay. That's not a big ask. Pretty easy being happy, isn't it? No, it's not easy being happy. Don't go. It's funny. You got to. That's why I laugh all the time. It's humorous. It's so humorous what goes on in there. God. It's got nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. Just like the dream that you have when you put your head down on the pillow at night, you go to sleep and a dream happens. When you wake up in the morning, whatever it was that was going on in that dream, it's got nothing to do with you. You don't give a shit about it. And it takes a moment for you to forget that, you know, that seeming real imagined world that you seem to be in and partaking in, e.g. the sleeping dream, like 30 seconds, a minute. Sometimes you wake up and you can't even recall a dream. Boom, you're just awake. Sometimes you wake up and there's a little bit of a hangover of a dream. As soon as you wake up, that dream that you've just been having, where you might have been experiencing fear or whatever emotion in that dream, as soon as you wake up, it all just goes poof. Why? You realize none of it was true. None of it. Not a skerrick of it. It was a dream. Totally imagined. An imagined world. The sleeping dream. Now, all I got to do is get you guys to see that the exact same thing is happening when you think you're sitting here now and awake. Like the dream character in the dream believes it's real. And it's experiencing fear or whatever it's experiencing. Yeah, it's real. And when you wake up in the morning, you realize, oh, none of that was real. Just the whole thing just like smoke. Boom, gone. Do you have any control over the content of the sleeping dream when you're asleep at night. Any control in there? It's just all happening, isn't it? Now, what's going to happen next? It can change so rapidly. One minute you're being chased by a lion, or then the next thing you know, you're flying, and you're experiencing literally your body's flying, and the experience of that, it chops and changes, and the dream character in the dream, man, this is real. Jesus, this is cool being able to fly like this. As if you've had flying dreams. Yeah. All seems real. It all seems real. And what's going on in that dream is just happening. So you sort of become unconscious. Yeah. And we go from this me, one that's sitting here now, believes it has will and it's in charge and it's got to make decisions, and go from this one to the sleeping dream character. And when you're in the sleeping dream character, this dream character is absolutely completely gone. It's not being experienced. There's another character that's being experienced that doesn't have this experience. Not unless there's someone sitting here that can tell me they can fly. Now, the content of the sleeping dream just happens. The dream character that you take yourself to be in the sleeping dream, do you think it's in charge of the dream? Or itself in the dream? And what's going on in there? It's not in charge. It'll tell you it is. If you could step into that dream and speak to that dream character, it'll tell you it's in charge. Yeah, I'm running the show in here. Sleeping dream, and it all just happens. Now, it's not your awake me that's creating the dream. That awake me, when you become unconscious and goes, it disappears. The me that we take ourselves to be here now, that disappears. It's gone. Another one arises in the sleeping dream. Which one are you? Disappears. Yeah. And then we wake up and the dream character in the sleeping dream, that character disappears. Oh, and then there's this character that pops up here that believes it's running the show. You know, that it has a feeling. All based on imagination, just like the sleeping dream. Imagination. You don't know it's imagination until you wake up from the sleeping dream. Take it to be real. When you wake up in the morning, like it's, none of it, that was all a dream. Dream is just another word for imagination. Then we wake up and get out of bed and off the head goes again. for the whole day. All this other stuff being created in there, including the me gets created in there. And then the me thinks it's getting around and driving a car and going to work or going to the supermarket, and me's got to do this, me's got to do that. Oh, shit. $1 for every time I heard Sailor Bob say, "The truth will set you free." The truth will set you free. What's actually happening? And I've just been talking about it for the last, I don't know how long. How long have I been talking? Jesus. Okay. You know, like, the truth will set you free. So you have to come to see what the hell's actually going on. What's going on? Oh, shit. It's a movie. I'm sitting here with my popcorn and my choc top. Holy shit. Which just means you're here. You're sitting here. You're here. And look at the, I don't know, I said it before, look at the clarity of here. Look at the beauty around you. Oh my God. Look around. You don't have to look far. Seriously. Colours will blow you away. Colours. Your senses become alive. They become alive. So, now what? What do we do now? Even this, sometimes it's referred to as a contraction in the body. Yeah? And people identify that contraction in the body as me. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. Like, not.
It feels like it.
Does. Totally does. That's what makes this whole thing, this me syndrome, if you like, feel so real.
It's an indication.
Yeah.
And it's an indication that I'm entering unreal.
We'll say that again, Kelly, you broke up a
It's
little.
an indication that I'm entering the unreal. The dream.
Yeah. If this sensation is being identified as me, you're absolutely a me. If it's being identified as me,
Yeah.
me's as solid as. Yet what I'm trying to say is this sensation, this me feeling is not the me.
I see.
Can't be.
No.
But then, it's the me's so tricky that it'll go, oh, this sensation is this contraction. I want to get rid of this. I don't like this. It's hiding right there. This whole scenario. Oh, you need to look there. That contraction. You need to look there. What mind is saying about that contraction is not true. Plainly not true. It's a setup. The whole thing's a setup. Go there to that. Go to it. Go to it. How do you go to it? It's just there. Yeah. But we spend our whole life trying to run from that feeling of a me. Because the mind says, oh, there's something wrong with the me. It needs to be fixed. There's something wrong with me. I need to fix myself. And the contraction goes, yeah, that's right. It's hilarious. That's that hijack that you sometimes hear me talk about. Yeah. This feeling of a me is not the me. It doesn't need to be shunned, pushed away, gotten rid of at all. It's a pointer or a lure. And ordinarily we run from it. I do not want to be feeling this. And we run like hell. Distract. I know a girlfriend, that'll fix it. A boyfriend, that'll fix it. New job. Doesn't need fixing. Go there. And from there, watch the mind. This contraction that we're experiencing is actually calling you home. Now that flies completely in the opposite to what the mind's been telling us our whole life. I don't like this feeling. I'm going to fix this or get rid of it or something. Yeah, there's a feeling there. Or let's just call it a sensation. Let's call it a movement of energy, a vibration of energy, if you like. Go there. Why? Oh, because it's happening now. Now, it's happening now. Okay, go there. And from there, see the false. See everything. See the mind. Bob used to say, dive deeply into that feeling, that contracted feeling. Dive deeply into it. And just when you feel or believe you can't cope with it, stay there and make it worse. It won't kill you. But mind perceives it as a threat. This is not okay. This is not okay. There's something wrong. Warning, warning. No, there's nothing wrong at all. Zero. Go there. It's just an energy calling. It can take a bit of courage because we've ran from that our whole life. Our whole life. We come into non-duality wanting to get rid of that contracted feeling. I want that to go. And all that needs to go is the mind that's telling a story about the contracted feeling. That's what needs to go. Come on, you guys, wake up. Come on. Just see what's happening. Just see what's happening, yeah. Everyone sitting here has their own personal little world going on. Like really, own personal little world, all going on in mind. What makes yours real? What are you giving? There's 8 billion other people on the planet. All got their own little one going on. Why is yours real? Why is yours the truth? What is the truth? Just this. And all of us sitting here are experiencing just this. It's completely outside of mind. Unless mind is still active, going, I'm experiencing just this, but I don't know, what's the big deal? Just this, the immediacy of now. The immediacy of now. The immediacy of this. We're all experiencing this. It's pretty cool. It's pretty damn cool. All right. Not sure I can make it any clearer.
Terry, it feels like it's just a pattern. It feels like it's just a pattern to pay attention to thought. It's just such a felt like kind of blasted.
It is.
Through. Yeah.
It is done here. You're right. It is. Now break it. And I'm not talking about changing the pattern or
Mhm.
step out of it and see the pattern.
Mhm.
You're right.
Sort
And
of like,
it's designed to continually perpetuate itself. Now see that. Test it, try and change it. No, can't. Try and stop it. No, can't. Am I the thinker? Oh, change what you're thinking. Oh, I can't. Just happening. It perpetuates itself constantly. Yeah? Because the mind says there's mind and a separate me. And there's not. Mind is the me. There's not a separate me from mind. The me is just the mind going, meh, meh, meh. Oh, I feel this, and I feel that, and oh, he said, she said, they did, blah, 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 blah. You know, that thing you can't control. It's just happening by itself. Just see the truth. See. It's not personal. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with you. You're sitting in the cinema watching a movie, thinking you're the director and one of the star actors in the movie, and have totally forgotten you're sitting in the cinema. You've taken on a character in the movie and you're the director of it, you believe. That's what's going on. I'm just trying to remind you, you're sitting in the cinema. And off some of your popcorn, like, hey, share your popcorn to bring you back. You know what I mean?
like it feels like it just wants to join the party. Like it doesn't want to be left out. It's like, I'm here, this narrative. It
that's
just,
that's the perpetuation. Yes. Good. See that. Just see the truth. You're right. What's really going on down here? Like, that's the, like, come on. You know minds very well. Now, start objectifying your own. It's not the subject. You're aware of it.
right.
It can't be the subject. But it's convinced it's the subject. That's the absurdity of it. It's convinced it's the subject.
And then there's this sense of something threatening for some reason. Like there's something that feels threatening about it.
About,
It's like as soon as like we started talking just now, it felt like there was more space. And then all of a sudden it felt like it was like there was this grip that was like, and there was a sense of something feeling threatened.
yeah,
That's,
like the sleeping dream character who's been chased by a lion.
Hmm.
It's not real.
Right.
It's not real.
Yeah.
Might be experienced in the body even, or threat. It might be a sensation that runs through the body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the sensation, not the mind.
Yeah.
Go to the sensation. Where's
Yeah.
this? Where's the sensation occurring? Here. Someone might go in the body. You don't have to just hear the sensation is occurring now. Where doesn't matter. It's occurring now. You know this now that me's constantly trying to find? Sensation arises in the now, and then me goes, don't want to experience that. I'm not going there with that. Fuck that. That's how it perpetuates itself. Do you understand? Yeah. You go there. Whatever it's saying, Dania, whatever it's saying is not true. Okay? Whatever it's saying. In relation to the seeming personal self that seems to be being experienced here now. It's not true. What it's saying is not true. Now, see the truth of that. Objectify the whole thing. You can do it with others very well. I know you can. With others, you can do it very well. Yeah. You'll be sitting with somebody and they're just like in their head and you can see what's going on. Very well. Now, do the same in relation to seeming personal self. Do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Is the person necessarily what they think?
No, I mean, there's this like disappointment with this stuff. Like, I gotta get it. And like, so that's like, okay, there's the mind again, just like trying to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Trying to get it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's the truth.
Yeah.
This is simple.
Yeah.
It's simple.
It's that simple.
Yep. Recognize it. Start to recognize it. You've got to kind of, it's like you've got to step out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not in it, but it's kind of like you've got to step out of it to then observe it.
Yeah.
Rather than being in it and wearing it like a skin.
Right.
Oh, I am everything that I think I am.
Yeah.
Yuck. That was so yuck.
Yeah.
Now, objectify the damn thing.
Right.
Yeah, you start to come out of it. You start, look at that. Look what it's doing. Look what it's doing. You start to depersonalize it.
Right.
It's just arising and it's doing its own thing.
Right.
Yeah. And in the process of doing that, something else gets revealed. That's watching it.
Yeah.
But you've got to go through this. There's another little process that you've got to go through. Even when you do start to objectify it, yeah, there'll be still a moment there where you still think it's a me that's objectified and can see it, and it's not. So that too will need to be seen.
Yeah.
That's all right. In the meantime, if you're able to just objectify it, observe it, yeah. I don't care if you think it's the me at this point. Yeah, it's not. But if you think it's, I don't care. Just start to see it doing its own thing. You're completely, absolutely powerless over it. Absolutely. You have no idea what the next scene is going to be in the movie. No idea. And we sit there in a cinema, yeah, hoping that the next scene's not going to be blah, or hoping that the next scene is going to be blah, and we're invested in the next scene. We're imagining what the next scene in the movie, right? Imagining what the next scene's going to be. What a waste of it. You have no idea what the next scene is going to be. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the movie. Yeah, but we forget we're sitting there watching the movie. We become a part of the movie. We become a part of the mind, the thinking. We become a part of it. And then wonder why we seem to lack control. Can't seem to make things go the way I want them to go. Like, Jesus, life's tough. It's a struggle.
There's this weird sense that, like, I feel like, I don't know if this is just the me again. It's like, it feels like, it seems like they're seeing, and then there's this like mind that like jumps on me like a squid, and I'm just like covered in it, and there's this sense of like threatened something, and it's like, and then there's this battle. It's just this. So then just seeing that, that's just happening, and I can't control that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, who's battling it?
Right. Huh.
Who's it suffocating? This squid, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's it suffocating? Now watch what mind says about that. Just watch. Me. Suffocating me. It's suffocating. Mind says that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Right. Nothing to do with you.
Huh.
Stop taking yourself to be the one that seems to be answering the mind, or is in a battle with the mind.
Yeah.
The whole thing is the mind.
Right. Okay.
Me and the squid is in the mind, being produced by the mind and then being believed by the mind.
Mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of it's not true.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah. All of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing. The mind is amazing. What it can do, it's amazing. Unbelievable. 99.999, whatever it is, percent of the people walking around on the planet at the moment are absolutely convinced, without a doubt, they're a me. Holy shit. And a handful, for whatever reason, and it doesn't matter what the reason. It's not that it's been earned or not at all. Then there's a handful of us that seem to go through this process of waking to the dream. Why? Why not? Why not? That's just happening also. When all the lights turn on, you know, even the 99.999 beings that are all caught up in their me's, there's no one there. There are no me's there. There's no one there. Just like there's no me here. There's no one there. That animates all of those human beings, the 99.99 whatever, right? That animates them is the same thing that animates this here now. Now. The whole thing's a dream. A collective dream. It's all little personalized little dreams The little me's I'm talking about, yeah. All living in a dream, a collective dream, an agreed upon reality. An agreed upon reality. I'm here, you're there. Both people will agree on that. Both me's will absolutely agree on that. I was born, I will die. Both me's will absolutely agree on that. Might not like the reality of it, but they'll agree on it. This is what keeps it kind of in place. Except for us poor suckers. There's no one there suffering. There's not a person there suffering. It's an appearance. Just an appearance. You're sitting with somebody in a room with them, yeah, and they're recounting something from the past. And the person that's sitting there recounting something from the past believes they're suffering at the moment. Seriously? Seriously? Imagined. So it keeps trauma in place. It arises time and time and time and time again. And each time it arises, it's taken to be real. Of course it would, because what it also brings up is the me, which is taken to be real. And none of it, zero, zip, nada, none of it's real, none of it's true. Boom. Yeah. And then it'll be countered by a clever mind. Well, yeah, it might not be true now, but it did happen. Really? Who to? Who to? Oh, me. No, there's not a me there. Now who's it happened to? Got to see the mechanics of it. It's a setup. It's a setup. A profoundly beautiful one. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the setup. Nothing at all.
I think that's what gets me stuck is when I go into there's something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not. It would only be a person that would say there's something wrong. Yeah. It shouldn't be like this. It should be like that. Like the person couldn't organise a shit fight, and it's, advising the universe on how things should be. Shouldn't be like that. There's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong. And that's not what your attention should be on anyway. Right or wrong or Jesus. You're really entrenched in the mind if you're in there. Really entrenched. Get out of there. The much, much bigger fish to be fried. Who am I? Gives a shit about what's going on in the dream. Like, really? Who am I? What am I? Where am I? I say, I'm right here. Good. Now investigate. See if that's true. You've got to challenge what the mind says all the time. It's not true what it's saying. Challenge it. Challenge it. Got to challenge. Got to see the truth. The mind's full of shit. It lies. And the poor thing has no clue that it's lying. No clue. No clue. In other words, it believes its own bullshit. It's a very Australian way of saying that, but anyway, that's the reality, you know. It's a whole lot of bullshit that goes on in there. And then that believes the bullshit, is that where the bullshit is arising? It's like an envelope. It's a contained imaginary world. You're not in there. Buck for every time I've said that. You're not in there. Yeah. And it's self-perpetuating. Step out, see that. You're not in there. And it's not about you at all. You know, I try and make it a little bit softer by saying, stop taking it personally. Stop taking it personally.
Because it's just the person that would take it personally.
Yeah. Just see it objectively.
Yeah.
Huh. That's just, oh. They're not your thoughts. They're not yours. How can you take them personally if they're not yours? Would you take another person's thoughts personally that's arising in them? You don't take them personally. Yet thought is arising in that the other person. And you can see it when a person's locked in, you know. They're locked in. You can see, you can sit there and witness it. And the reality is, right here, right now, nothing's happening. Zero, nothing's happening. That's the truth. Yeah. Easy to see with others.
Yeah.
It's harder for some reason to see for ourselves. It's easy to see when someone's caught up in their head. Really easy to see it. Now see for yourself this little imagined world that's happening. Oh yeah, but this is personal. These are my thoughts. Like, this is my world. This is my life and my memory, and all created by the mind. Beautiful. It's beautiful. The whole thing. It's beautiful how it's constructed. Even if occasionally you've just got to say to yourself, you know, where am I? Like, shake out of there. Oh, shit, I'm here. And then see if you can see the contrast, the difference between just this and living in there, in the mind. Seriously? Seriously? You want to stay in there? Seriously? And miss this, just this? Come on. Get out of there. Get out of there. I am the thinker. That statement is hilarious. Because the truth is the complete opposite. Now, challenge yourself, challenge. I'm the thinker. Then stop it. I can't be any more blunt than that in terms of the actual truth. Yeah. So this thought that arises, I am the thinker, is not true. Now accept it. It's not true. Holy shit. What's the other stuff that arises? See the truth and accept it. Stop going, yeah, but. The mind going, yeah, but. There's no yeah, but. All right, I'm done. All right, anyone got any questions or comments? Now's the time.
Hello?
Hello, Michael.
Hi, yes, you talked about being in a movie.
Yeah.
So I researched my poem about being in a movie. Is it possible to let all that is not you drop away like a raindrop, spotless? Why not let the story of your life end like a movie? The hero and the villains put to rest. The popcorn finished. The door of the theater opens behind you. Someone you have yet to meet stands in the sunlight of wonder, waiting to discover a new world.
Beautiful. Did you just write that, or is that one that you've written?
No, I had written, but it recalled it from what you said about the movie.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's awesome. Such a beautiful writer, Michael. Beautiful. What comes through you is profound. It's beautiful.